Wednesday, the 14th of January 2003. Comm company has been mobilized. We came in last night, warmed up about 2,300, and today the Marines are just going through their mobilization stations, checking in, checking record books. How about it, Marines? Everybody, anybody else been on TV? Or the news media? Anybody know where we're going?
They're gonna have to catch up. Negative, sir.
Oh, come on.
Southwest Asia.
Do you know what countries are in Southwest Asia, Marine?
There are a lot of countries. No, sir. I'm not up on my geography. All I know is Southwest Asia.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Many countries.
All right. Hey, how about it there, Marines?
Hurrah, sir.
Ready to go?
Absolutely, sir.
Outstanding. Never been in combat before, have we?
No, sir.
What was, somebody had a quote in one of the newspapers. What was that quote there, Corporal Denny?
We don't know anything
No,
about combat.
we're not exactly combat veterans, are we?
No, sir.
Yeah, we'll try there, right? Very good. Great right now?
But I think we can handle ourselves and get out.
So you have every confidence that you know what to do with that bayonet?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
sir.
good, good.
Ready to go.
Outstanding. Hey, Staff Sergeant Selka, Staff Sergeant Carr, how's everything going?
Outstanding, sir.
Hey, did you get a chance to talk to the TV cameras this morning?
Yes, sir.
I understand they were looking for you because you're a hardened combat veteran.
I think I'm gonna.
How about it there, Corporal Ingram? Let me see your war face.
Ready to go, sir.
Motivate. How about it? How about it there, Marine?
Camel ride.
All right. Got Fox Channel 8 here to do interviews. Been here all morning. Major Spar has graciously agreed to give his views on television.
I know.
Is running out on Saddam Hussein. He must dissolve. I'm sick and tired of games and deception. And that's my view of timetables. Some people think that's easy.
We got Rusty Wallace, race car driver, has just landed his helicopter here, and he's coming in to say hello to us.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much. You bet.
You guys don't know exactly when you're leaving, right? Just in the next...
Yeah, it's all.
I guess that's. Let me take one with the flash. I want to take one with the flash. Here we are at the drill center, and it's, what time is it, Catherine?
It's 12:30.
12:30. And they're supposed to board the buses around 2. So we're just hanging out, just finished some lunch. And a lot of families are out here, and some families are inside. But she
What? Superman, take charge of your platoon. Get them on the bus.
From the gun. Is he still out there somewhere? It was making sure he right behind you.
Oh, there you are. You got the roster?
Yeah, I gave the gun. He's coming right behind me.
Oh, okay. You got the one for headquarters?
Got right here.
All right.
Major on?
Yep, I'm here.
Get all the chopper. Gunny. You got all the chopper? Gentlemen, y'all take care out there.
All right, Staff Sergeant. See you.
We up.
You're right, Top.
Sergeant Ramos on this bus?
Yes, sir.
Are we up?
Yes, he is.
Better be. We signed him on.
Everybody signed on? Where is Ramos? Right here.
Right here.
He's back there.
You coming with us? Camera versus camera.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
What's the combination on shutting the door?
What?
What's the combination on shutting the door on this thing?
Jimmy, he can't get the door shut.
Them and my boys right there. We get a little Harley.
That's a record. I got.
You're good. Thank you. Jones. Switch. 9 wide.
Sunday night, 9 February, issuing the desert gear, the remainder of the desert gear, after a long struggle to get the rest of it.
Not bad. I gotta make sure that I don't throw mine.
That's what happens to Gary Jason. You're good. Thank you. The name.
Okay. Then would,
Pat cover.
Johnson.
Oh, that's right. You ever get to it in a sec. You're good.
I don't have time.
no. Lenny. Come on. Okay. Extra small.
Oh.
Extra small.
That was a special order there, Corporal Lene.
Thanks, sir.
Now, what trousers do you have
Small ball.
now? Okay, small one. I got small.
I have to try these out, sir.
You don't want these or not?
No, sir.
Small regular? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, put it down for small regular. Small shorts lounge. Small regular.
You're good. Okay, Johnson. 9.5 wide.
How those fit?
Feel a little narrow. I'm gonna try and tighten them up to see what they.
Okay, they should stretch a little bit. So he needs a 12.
Yes, sir. We'll try to do it today. That wasn't available.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll I'm not able to get some boost from another unit.
It's time to go.
Let's see, Little. 11.5 narrow.
Monday morning, about 02:15. Comm Company has just gotten to the airport, got off the buses, got their gear staged. Now they're getting out weapons. Sergeant Crump and Master Sergeant Prasad had it completely taken care of. Nice organization here. Set up a little armory here inside the terminal. So you come in the door, you get your weapon, and you go sit and wait for the plane. Not only does she take them,
She makes the books.
that's right, makes the books.
I know that kind.
Yep.
You gonna send that to your mom? Hey, maybe she can get that copy over to my mom.
Yeah. Here in Larnaca, Cyprus. Hello, good morning. Hey, gang.
Morning, sir.
XO,
Fun trip.
how about it? A little chilly in here, isn't it?
Yes, a little bit too long of a ride. Ready for the Uber.
So, Master Sergeant Prasad, coping with the elements. We're on a break here. They've landed in Larnaca, Cyprus, en route to Kuwait. We flew from Cherry Point to Newfoundland to Shannon, Ireland to Larnaca, Cyprus. About 6 in the morning.
Engines are stabilized.
That's standard EPR clean.
Standard EPR.
Actually go over Alexandria.
Actually, Alexandria is a little bit to our route's taking us right over this is Alexandria to our west, Port Said to the east, Suez Canal.
Okay.
I don't know whether you can be able to see it over there or not. Actually, I can see the canal over there.
Oh, you can see Suez?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sneaking through.
Yeah. Wow.
We're about equal distance from Alexandria.
Right.
It's probably the outskirts of Alexandria.
Yeah, if you ever want to stand up and look out this other side up here, right?
Suez Canal.
But I did not feel the airplane.
Go over to 7th Marines and have lunch with him over there with some of the troops from Georgia. And I was sitting next to a second lieutenant from Georgia, and we got to talking over the course of lunch and talking about his class, his basic and his OCS class. And I said, well, now, did you get these new digital uniforms, or why are you wearing that one? He said, well, no, my class was the last one to get these old uniforms. The class right after mine got the new digital stuff. I said, well, damn, that's kind of too bad. You know, over time, that's going to cost you $300-400. He said, sir, that's all right. This makes me old core. So, gentlemen, ladies, it's all a matter of your perspective. I wanted to talk with you about maybe 3 things this morning. One is, why are we here? Secondly, what are we going to do now that we are here? And thirdly, I want to talk just a little bit about you. I can't, and I wouldn't stand here today and tell you that we're going to cross the line X number of days from now on something in March. said, I think the president really has two decisions. One he's made, one he's not made. And the one he has not yet made is that decision as to what G-Day is, the day that we all head north. The decision that he has made is, I think, captured essentially in two words: never more. Okay, he has said to Saddam Hussein, he said to the rest of the world, that either one of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to give up your weapons of mass destruction, or we're going to war. He said that now for well over a year. And I truly believe that congressional support, public opinion polls, even UN resolutions, are all down in the low decibel level when it comes to our president's decision making. Because he's from Texas. He's made it clear from the outset. Either it's right or it's wrong. And it's one way or it's the other. So in my mind, it's only a matter of time. And I truly believe that G-Day is not far off. And in part, that's why I'm here with you this morning. I really think that he made that decision when he stood and looked at the Pentagon with a gaping hole in it. And he stood and looked at those holes in New York City where the Twin Towers had been. And he realized, probably like we all should realize, that the price of terrorism has dramatically gone up. And that the United States can't afford to absorb that kind of blow and then do something. That we will find those things that can hurt our population with people with the intent to do so, and we'll do something about it well before that happens. You know, we've always, as Marines and sailors, always forward deployed to take on the bad guy on his soil or somebody else's. And this, I think, is in great part an extension of that. You know, he said to Saddam Hussein and the rest of the world, we don't have to go to war. There's other ways to avoid this. You can get rid of your weapons. You can go into exile. Somebody else, I suppose, can kill him, or we're going to kill him. But one of those four things is going to happen, I think, in our president's mind. And that's why we're here. You hear people say, you see in the demonstrations, it's about oil. You know, and I know that's nonsense. We've got the oil we need. We've got the money to pay for it. It's called capitalism. It's worked now for decades. So nothing has changed in the last year for us to want to go in and take somebody else's oil and sit on it. You know that and I know that, but I think sometimes the troops aren't so sure. So I would ask that when you sit down and talk with them, gang, that you convey some of these things to them that I'm talking to you about this morning. Recently, we had 4 congressmen come out, Warner, Rockefeller, Roberts, and I forget the other one now, Levin from Michigan. But I'll tell you what, in talking to Marines and sailors from their states, 3 of the 4 groups talked about these demonstrations. And troops were questioning whether or not the American public opinion is with the administration and with us in terms of what we're doing. I think the answer is a resounding yes in terms of the American public. I'm not so sure about the European or the Asian cultures. I don't really give a shit. Okay, 69% of our countrymen say that they support going to war, support, and I think just even more, support us and what we're doing here. That's always just been the way with our country. Okay, let's transition. What are we going to do now that we are here? Well, not to contradict what I just said, but the first thing we're going to do is just smash into those oil fields to the north of here. Okay, there's a strong belief that if there is going to be a new Iraq, they're going to need that kind of capability to get on their feet. I say smash in, and then we're going to be very careful about how we do that, needless to say, because we very much like to take them intact and then turn them over to the Iraqi authorities and start the oil flow, start feeding their people as we move north. I can't tell you again, A-Day, G-Day. I can't even tell you at this point how much separation there's going to be because there's a big discussion going on about that. This is somewhat close hold. I'll say this in an officer audience. There is some belief on the part of the Air Force they'd like to have a long red cell period where they go in and do a lot of damage, attrit the enemy down a good bit, and then the ground attack would go. Sort of what happened, I guess, in the last war. There's another belief that that should be a very shortened period or even simultaneous. Because if we give him a lot of time to think about it, he may punch off those oil wells, create environmental disaster, make it harder for us, more difficult to target, that type of thing. So that discussion is ongoing, and we're not quite sure how it's going to turn out. But I can tell you that, again, and I believe deeply in my heart, that sometime within the next month, we're going to load up and we're going to head north. When we do that, I would ask for several things from you. One is your confidence and your flexibility in terms of how we're going to do business. You know, we've said all along that the planning is invaluable. The plan may not be worth a damn, because I truly believe it's going to change dramatically when he starts to vote. But I really see that as a strength. I think that we can ID a situation through our ISR. I think that we can reorient, kick out the reconnaissance, turn our fires, bring up our logistics, and react a whole lot faster than he can. That's going to involve a lot of change to what you think you may be doing. But again, I see that as a positive thing, and you shouldn't look at it as people being confused, changing of the word, oh hell, I gotta redo this or redo that. It's, in fact, I have a level of confidence in saying the MEF adjusting to a better situation. So when you see and hear about changes, expect them. They're a natural order of business. And I hope that at the bottom of it all is an opportunity that we see that can shorten this thing and make it get over that much sooner. I think it's important that you press to the troops that we're not fighting the Iraqi people. We're not even fighting the entire Iraqi army. We're fighting those elements that want to fight us. There's a lot of folks up there talking to a lot of folks who are Iraqi citizens, and you know, we're not sure if major elements are going to fight us or not. We're certainly planning worst case. We're assuming that they all are. But we have to be very flexible in terms of trying to sort that out once we get north. Now, does that mean we give them the first shot? Absolutely not. If you see an Iraqi force, you bring it under fire. You kill it. Let there be no question in your minds, and let your troops have any second thoughts about that. But if you see Iraqi forces that are intent on surrendering to you, they want to drop their weapons, they want to come over, then we have to facilitate that. Now, I would also add, don't destroy their weapons. There's going to be a need for a new Iraqi army. And the more of their old trashy stuff we can turn over to them, okay, the better it's going to be for us and for them. So, you know, we've got to be discerning, but again, let there be no doubt that there's going to be lots of Iraqis who do engage us, and we need to engage them first. Our weapons have longer ranges, better sights, more lethality, and those that can surrender will. But don't wait for that to happen if you see somebody who looks like he's threatening you and or your Marines. In the next day or so, we're going to get out some things on the rules of engagement. All of us as officers and commanders in particular have a legal responsibility to make sure that our troops understand the rules of engagement. What we've essentially done is taken those that are passed down from Central Command. Really, I think in the aggregate, most would say that they're fairly lenient. They're about as good as we could hope for as a ground force. We've taken those rules that have come and we've made, I don't know, 45 or 50 vignettes at the corporal and sergeant level. And what they're intended to do is give you an opportunity to pull these things down and use them as a teaching method, as a study guide, if you will. Their questions: Sergeant, you're a patrol leader. What do you do if this or that happens? And there's 4 or 5 multiple choice answers. Cleared by the operators, cleared by the legal guys, so that you make sure you're giving them the right scoop. But hopefully they're lessons that will stick with our folks in terms of their application. So those will be coming down to you very shortly. And again, you've got to sit down in sessions very much like this and talk to your Marines, make sure they understand what they can and cannot do, what they should and should not do. That is, again, a legal responsibility we all have as we stride into this thing. I'll give you, if you got a pencil and piece of paper, I'll give you 4 constants that I think are applicable here. If you don't have one, get it from your buddy when you do. But there's 4 things I think that will always be true, and you all need to understand them. The first, and it gets back to this idea again of firing on a hostile force. The first is that a commander always has the inherent right of self-defense. Whatever other rules are in existence, whether they regard mosques or Red Crescent vehicles or whatever, if there is a force threatening your force, you have the inherent right of self-defense. You do whatever you have to do to protect you, your Marines, and your sailors. Secondly, when an enemy purposefully places his forces next to civilians or civilian establishments, he has violated the laws of land warfare, not you, when you have to return fire. I'll say that again. If you've got an enemy force who's taken position in a mosque and he's firing on you, you have no choice once again but to fire back, and he is the one who has endangered those people inside in that facility, not you. Thirdly, a commander is held responsible for the facts as they appear to be at that time, not as they turn out to be perhaps at some point later on. In other words, if there is some sort of firing incident, that there is collateral damage, when the investigation is done, what they're going to be looking at, folks, is what was in your mind at that time. How was the situation as you saw it? Not maybe what it turns out to be. You all know first reports are never right. First analyses aren't necessarily right either. But it's what was in your mind at the time, and did you exercise good judgment in doing what you did? And that's just as it should be. The last one is what we call Wilhelm's Law. We had General Wilhelm out, I don't know, about 2 months ago now, I guess, maybe a little more. And we sat down and had discussions on these rules of engagement and other things as well. But he said something that I think was particularly pertinent to this whole situation we face and how we might deal with it. We call it Wilhelm's Law. It says that if the enemy is initiating the fires, the question is proportionality. If you are initiating the fires, the question is collateral damage. Let me say that again. If you think about it, it makes great sense. If the enemy is initiating the fires, the question is proportionality. If you are initiating the fires, the question is collateral damage. And to my way of thinking, that cuts our problem set in half. Who shot first? Okay? And then we go from there. Let's talk about proportionality for just a moment. What that says is essentially, if you're taking sniper fire from a building again, and you've got your 50 caliber, but you also happen to have a FAC who can bring in an airstrike with a couple 2,000-pound JDAMs, all right, which should you attempt first? Probably the 50 caliber, okay? Probably going to work against the sniper. It's a judgment thing again. If that 50 caliber doesn't work, can you use the bombs? Absolutely. Because that has endangered your force, and nothing precludes your right. Things will interlace. It's not black and white. All you need is good judgment and the ability to protect your Marines and sailors. Okay, one of the things that I worry about most is not Iraqi weapons, it's U.S. weapons. Blue on blue, fratricide, those kinds of things. I don't need to tell you, our weapons are extremely lethal. When they leave the chamber, when they leave the tube, when they come off the rack, they're going to kill something in all probability. And that probability is about 0.9 in most instances. So you've got to be sure. Now, are you people going to be yanking lanyards and dropping bombs? No, that's not your job. But, 4 British soldiers in a vehicle you didn't recognize are just as dead if you ripped into them with a 50 caliber. So you've got to be sure. That's your responsibility as officers. I suspect it's going to be a target-rich environment out there. Just make sure you're 110% certain that what you're engaging is in fact an enemy force. And then do what you got to do. I don't think anybody here would want to live with the fact that you made a terrible judgment that resulted in the deaths of a number of people, even a single individual, because of a mistake that you made. So don't put yourself in that situation. Be absolutely sure before you engage with your folks. Okay, let's talk about you for a few moments. One of the first things I want to talk to you about, and I want you to talk to your Marines about, is fear. We need to get it on the table. Fear is a natural battlefield emotion. Every one of us is going to experience fear at some point or another when you start hearing the thundering of the artillery, the airplanes going over, and bombs and rockets falling. You may see green tracers. That's going to up the ante. Okay, let's deal with it. It is a basic human emotion. It has to do with self-preservation. You all know that. There's lots of ways that people over the years have handled it. Some have said that, hey, I'm invincible. I'm too smart. I'm too fast. I'm too quick. They can't kill me. If that works for you, that's fine. Others in a lot more heavy combat on the islands in World War II, even in Germany in certain battles in World War II, the officers would take on the mentality, hey, I'm dead anyway. All my buddies are dead. It's just a matter of time. How's it going to happen to me? But in the meantime, I'm going to do my job. And they got through. I read a lot of Civil War history. Stonewall Jackson was extremely brave. They say he was fearless. His logic was, the good Lord's going to decide my fate. It's already decided. Either I live or I die. In the meantime, I'm going to do my job. Now, how you deal with it, how the troops will deal with it, I don't know. But it is not something we should be ashamed or embarrassed to talk about. Because this is a natural human emotion. And we got to get past it. Figure out how you're going to deal with it and get past it. What you should be fearful of is the fact that you will somehow not do your job and that somebody will get hurt or die as a result of that. That's what training is all about, folks. Okay. Let me say on the heels of that, don't get yourself killed. All right, the worst thing that can happen to a unit is to have their officer, I'll dare say even their staff NCO, get knocked off. So don't do foolish things that aren't a requirement associated with your job and your expected performance out there. It absolutely shatters the morale of an outfit. It breaks the cohesion that we worked so long and hard now to develop if those things happen. There's a story that goes back to Vietnam about a brand new lieutenant, last seen plunging through the bushes in the jungle after we'd beaten back a Vietnamese attack, carrying his .45 at high port, chasing him. Well, they never even found his body. But they did find out that his buddies that he was going to win at least a Silver Star before he left that country. That's not what we need. That's not good head work, okay? You happen to win a medal, good on you. Well, what's important to me, and it should be important to you, is just doing your job, just leading these Marines and sailors. That's enough. So take care of yourselves and don't do anything that's going to get you killed, because you need to understand the impact that it's going to have on your unit. We want you to use your initiative on a day in and day out basis. I am very confident that the commander's intent that I have received from my commander has been passed to General Usher, passed to the group commanders, and passed on down to your orders as well. That commander's intent essentially remains the same. You understand that intent, and you can facilitate that intent through your initiatives, have at it. If it doesn't match the orders you receive, but you visualize or you see a situation out there that calls for you to act, and it's going to prosper what we're trying to accomplish, have at it. That's officer initiative. You know, I think there was a time, not so many years ago, where I would question our ability to do that, because not too long ago, we had this what's called zero defect mentality. And even in garrison, some people were afraid to act or make decisions because they'd get in trouble over it, or somebody would snap their behind. I think those days are past us. And I think it just strengthens our force for you to feel like that you can act independently and explain later on what you did and why you did it. But I'm telling you today, I want you to use that initiative. I think it's one of the real strengths of our Marine Corps and perhaps even our American services. Okay, pretty much the last thing I want to say to you, and it's not last on my list of importance, is I want you to get sufficient rest. Okay, there's a real tendency out there for officers and even staff NCOs to think that they've got to be a part of everything going on. That is not the case. What's important to me is that you get, ideally, 6 hours every 24 hours or so, if not a minimum of 4 hours of rest, or you are not going to be making good decisions. You get by for a day or two with less, but you can't go along without it. This is going to take a while. So you figure out, we don't necessarily staff you with an Alpha and a Bravo, I realize that, but you figure out what that rest cycle is going to be, what it's going to look like, and you inform your people, and then you execute it. Get yourself down, get some rest, and don't be drooling on yourself because you've gone without sleep for 72 hours. I was a battalion commander in the last Gulf War, and I told my XO, you're going to command this battalion a lot, but you're never going to fight it. So just understand that, and he did, and it worked out well. You need to, if you're the commander, develop a similar relationship with your subordinates. But I just advocate that you can't make those good decisions, those quality calls that are going to be important to your troops out there if you're not rested, gang. So think about it, incorporate it into what you do, and we'll all be better off for it. It probably won't surprise you that I worry about a lot of things. I worry about having enough bridging, worry about the closure of the force, worry some about NBC, but I gotta tell you what I don't worry about is our leadership and our capability at the small unit level. And that is a very strong compliment to you people here. Because I've seen your work, I know what you're capable of, I know where your hearts are. And we are gonna go north. We are gonna have a fight on our hands. Some will surrender, but a lot of them won't. I can't tell you how long it's gonna take. What I can tell you is in the end, we're going to win. And then as soon as possible, we're going to go home. Okay, we are not a conquering kind of power. That's not the nature of our nation. We're going to set this thing right, and as soon as possible, we're going to start the backload, start the wash down, reload the MPS, we're going to get the hell out of here. That's my promise to you. In the meantime, thank you for being here. Thank you for the leadership that you provide to your Marines. Semper Fidelis, and God bless America.
Okay, it's Sunday the 23rd of February. We're here at Camp Lejeune for General Conway's speech to all the Marines. He is the MEF commander. About 9,000 Marines here. All right, Corporal Denny.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
Sergeant Jester, every side of you?
Yeah. Right, sir.
How's life treating you in the desert there?
It's outstanding, sir.
It's good. Glad to be here.
Love it here.
All right. Gunny Smith? All right.
Pass it to your Marines that I'm going to use.
Okay, Monday, February the 11th, or the 10th. Here at Camp Lejeune, Kuwait. This is the COC. This is the comm tent. This is the compound where we keep all the vehicles. Nothing but desert. Armory. Berm's about 10 feet high. That's what encircles our cabal, our little camp. C-130. Track 170. It's the Army area. In fact, it should be the Patriot battery. They're there somewhere in the distance. There they are. Patriots. Patriot missiles. Army is located right next to us. Nothing but desert. There's the tents where we stay in. In fact, that's our tent right there.
I got some stuff in. You can do what? Just hooks this to a Coke can. That's cool. We can just throw it in.
It's Tuesday, the 18th of March, 2003. This is Camp Iwo Jima within Camp Coyote in Kuwait. Flags are half-mast in honor of a Marine that shot himself a couple days ago. Apparent suicide. Really picking up. Last night, President Bush gave 48 hours to Hussein and his sons to get out of the country. Seeing a lot more convoys, a lot of vehicles, a lot more helicopters coming in. This is Expeditionary Airfield. A lot of C-130s coming in. A lot of helicopters. A lot of units moving out. Moving up to the front. You're looking south. I'll pan around to get to the north. It's early evening. It's about 1800. So the sun is setting. Lieutenant Colonel Smith and the CO from CSSB 19 discussing issues. Track 170s. These are the big radios, microwaves that go 100 miles. Extend phone lines. Got a couple of those. Generator. Some Marines entertaining themselves. Oops. Maintenance shelter. There's Antenna Hill. That's where all our antennas are. Actually, this whole back lot is filled with antennas. Those are Mark 142 antennas. Another microwave radio antenna. And right through there is the area that I work, on the other side of that big door that's open, inside the tent. That's the G6 shop. Now we're looking north. On the other side of that berm is the Kuwaiti 5th Brigade. And on further is the border, Iraqi border. This is 5th Brigade over there. That's the berm that we threw the lizard over. The lizard that attacked, or that invaded my tent the other day. There's the water, they call it a Lister bag for washing your hands after you go to the porta-john. That's the general's area back over there. It's all camouflaged pretty well. Those are our tents. This is March 20th, on a convoy up to Breach Point West. Gunny Smith driving. Hey Gunny, how you doing?
Hurrah!
Got another vehicle behind us. Camp Iwo Jima is where we were at. We took the first Scud missile of the week right over our camp. Pretty exciting. I think it landed down at Camp Commando. First stop is the gas station. I'll top off for fuel.
All contractors break. Allowed on Coyote today, over. Roger, boss, about.
Alright, well, we've got a little convoy. Taking up some batteries. So here's the fuel pump, fuel station. Who's that?
It's Whitlow.
Whitlow. All right. Entry control point north. This is the forward edge of Camp Coyote. We're going out. Out into Indian country. That's 6th Brigade Road right there. Yeah. Hey, this is classic. Here we are moving up towards the border, and the Brits are on the wrong side of the road. Oh, that's too funny. Don't they know we drive by American rules here? Get off the road and on sand. Thank you. Second Battalion, 8th Marine. Close to the breach point, you see a lot of the combat vehicles there, AVs. Today's Sunday the 23rd of March. You can see the skies are black from burning oil. I think the Iraqis exploded a few oil wells up north. And they've also set some trenches that are filled with oil on fire. I think what they're hoping is that the smoke will protect them against our airplanes. We can't see to fly. So far, I don't think it's working too well. Anyway, it's not too bad. It's just kind of a dark sky. Had a couple Scud missile attacks yesterday. The past couple days, we've had a lot of missile attacks. Some of them landed here in this camp. Luckily, no one was hurt. One flew right over the first attack of the war from the Iraqis. Flew right over our heads. Came right over that tent at treetop level. I was inside that tent. By the time I got out, it was gone, but some of the Marines that were out here said they saw it. It was painted green with white stripes and fins. And it went over that tent and impacted south of us about 10 miles, 10 to 15 miles outside of Camp Commando, down a little bit further south. In fact, every missile that has been launched has gone right over our camp, because our camp is in a direct line between the place where the Iraqis are launching the missiles and all the major bases and population centers to the south. So they've all, just about every one of them has gone over our camp. None of them quite as low as the first one, but they have gone over. And the Patriot battery here right next to us, see if I can get a shot of the Patriot battery has shot down several of them. Can't see the Patriots right now because of the glare and the smoke, but there's a Patriot battery right over there. Got here a C-130 getting ready to go. Oh, there it is. Can't see it because of the smoke, but C-130 was up in there taking off from the airfield down there. Here's a good shot of our Scud bunker. That's the one we go into when the Scuds or the missiles are coming over. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
Chief Warrant Officer Conway and Master Gunner Jackson. Good to see y'all this morning.
What is this, 4 days into the war, sir?
4 days into the war, that's right.
Hoorah.
Right. You can tell you're making your contribution.
We're actively engaged.
Basically, when you convoy, we're gonna be spread out. All right, don't get too close. Don't stop. If there's animals or people start walking the street, hey, don't stop for them. Keep on going. They get out of the way. All right. Don't let no other vehicles break the convoy. Any civilian vehicles, especially white Toyota.
Hey, Dennis Smith.
Right.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Hey, where are we at today?
Let's see, we're in LtGen, or however you pronounce that, in Iraq. We're about, exactly 94.2 miles from Baghdad.
Hey, that's impressive. That is a veterinary college where the FSSG and CSSG-11 have set up their headquarters. We're moving out. The Marines are taking up headquarters. This is a veterinary school. The ancient city of Babylon.
Close it in! I'm a little short guy, you may not be able to hear me.
Okay, we're at the ruins of ancient Babylon. This is a rebuilt Greek amphitheater. As you can see, some of the Marines are cleaning it up. The place was looted after the war. We just got here. We come in and take a look. Okay, here's the ruins of Babylon. The helicopters that you hear in the background are flying security patrol for us. That's one of Saddam's palaces.
Stack of the marble over here.
Hey, what you got there, pal?
Yes.
What you have?
Whiskey.
Whiskey? You're too young to drink whiskey.
Whiskey, good.
You got a whiskey?
Pepsi
How
Cola,
much?
mister.
How much whiskey?
How much?
Pepsi Cola.
Set this can down, but I don't want a bitter.
Yes. Yes. God,
Stop.
Yes. What is your name? What is your name?
Yeah.
Hey.
Go.
Hey. Hey there.
Stop.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is.
Okay.
Safe.
Hey, take me. To me. Hey, let me show you. Hey. Okay, don't break. Easy here. Hey, okay. Okay, give back now. Here, I'll show you. I will show you. Here we are on top of the hill overlooking the ancient city of Babylon. And we're here at one of Saddam's palaces. CH-46s have just landed over there, that's why it's so dusty. Come back to that. That's where we just were. There's the amphitheater where we started out. And a portion of greater Iraq. That's where we came in. Track 170. And Saddam's house, which the Marines have conveniently made their headquarters now. Here we are inside the palace. This is, I think, Saddam's personal bathroom. Lights are all out. There we are. Go ahead. Evidently this was the master bathroom, but it's all been stripped.
What do you see?
This is looking out the window of Saddam's private bathroom. Bathtub. Captain Maldonado relaxing in the tub after a hard day at work. This is where they had barbecues, patio up on top of the palace.
Can you take my picture with you?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Wow, boy, something did some damage on that thing. Look, there wasn't anybody inside of there when that thing got hit.
Hit and exploded from the inside out.
Yeah, sure does. Must have had some ammo in there. Hey, can you see what kind of damage it's got to it? Looks like the track's a little bit,
One over here has no tracks.
Huh.
Where you guys sleep last night? Done?
It was actually pretty damn comfortable. I had a big sack.
It's better sleeping on deck than it is in the tent.
I was happy on the deck than I was when I usually in my cot. Slept more than I have in a long time.
Good to go. All right, take care of yourself.
You're right, sir. You too.
Have a safe ride.
Run, Sergeant Jester, run! We're gonna catch you! Hey, that's the way to road guard. All right, lead. That's the way to do it, ground guide. Return trip back down to Camp Coyote. This has been Camp Viper where we're at.
How you doing?
Not a whole lot to see out here. A lot of sand. Top of the Navy Hospital. Oh yeah. Yeah, they must have delivered some injured. Back out. Okay, it's Friday, April 18th. We're out here on Udari Range, got some unexploded ordnance. Getting ready to do a weapons shoot. Marines getting all ammunition out. For action. Okay, there's Lance Corporal Medlin. He's on deck at the grenade range. Got 2 holes up there. One's on deck hole, and this is the hole for the Marine that's getting ready to throw the grenade.
You wounded? No, sir. Winded.
When they get up there, they dig the hole out a little bit because the sand keeps seeping back into it. It's Gunny Smith giving instruction right now on how to do it. Safety class. All right, he's getting ready to throw one. There he goes. (2003), and we're on the plane, getting ready to go home. Hey, Staff Sergeant Epperson, how you doing? Ready to go home? Ah, Major Wilson. Man, there's a scary sight. Hey, Eddie Clark. Right. Cat Mattis. Cat Sergeant Lewis. Yeah. Hey, Major Spar. Got any crews? Sir. Yeah. And of course, Gunny Smith is relaxing as always. Taking it easy. How about it, hard charges?
What?
You're right. Going home.
Yes.
Sir.
Excuse me.
Yep.
You ready for last 4 months?
Yeah, same here. Hey, any volunteers to stay here in Kuwait?
Some of them are not signed. The ones that are signed, please do sign them. They do mean an awful lot to us. So if they get passed around, please do sign them. Also, we're going to turn on the video right now, and please watch it. But like I said, do whatever. It's your trip.
Nice job.
All right, Marines. Desert Warrior.
No.
Come a long way.
Go daddy.
Long way from January when we started out. A lot of good times, a lot of hard times. The fact of the matter is, what I'm doing for, we went out. You were part of the absolute finest fighting force the world has ever seen. Things that have never been done in the history of the world. You rid the world of the dictator. You terrorized and brutalized his own people for years. You freed a nation. You made your nation proud. You made your family proud. You made me proud. I'm proud of you for the students. I'm proud of you. You did your job and you did it well. When you're back home to a grateful nation, grateful family.
Hey, BB. No, like go back home.
Remember safety. Remember what General Wilson said yesterday. Take it slow, take it easy, coming back. Don't jump right into things. This is all your family. Get yourself squared away. Get your mind in the right frame of mind to go back to the way you are. Make sure you got your medical stuff taken care of and all your paperwork. If you have any problems, let us know. That's what we're here for. We're going to call out here in a minute. Take your time with your families. I know you're all anxious to see them. And then as soon as you're ready, turn your light to them. We've got the station. We'll let you know where to go. All right? Come to the outside, hey! Come together, front center. Y'all know where to go. I get command to fall out. Fall out. Fall!
And here's the Smith family.
We're doing good.
All right.
We're doing real good now.
That's great. All of you. The twins too.
Unfortunately, I just don't know how it feels. It feels good to feel something besides sand underneath your feet. Every step you take, you start sliding left and right. And here you got solid feet and solid footing and nice grass and a wonderful family to come back home to. And twins on the way. What did you think when you heard any of this over there that you heard?